For oral answer. The first question is the name of Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he stand by his statement, quote, "Notwithstanding the public consultation process, it is my expectation that the government will act on at least some of these recommendations and make significant changes to Schedule 4, end quote.
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Bill English.
On behalf of the Prime Minister, yes, I expect that at the end of the process, which will include public consultation, some areas of Crown land will be removed from Schedule 4 and some areas may be added.
Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Which mining consultation date does the Prime Minister stand by? Jerry Brownlee's October 2009 date, their December 2009 date, their February 2010 date, their March 2010 date.
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with the Honourable Minister here that probably the date ahead of us is the most likely one. The discussion document will be released shortly and there will be plenty of opportunity to comment.
Metiria Turei.
So is the Prime Minister saying that he has no idea when his government intends to release the public consultation document so the public can know for sure which areas of Schedule 4 he intends should be mined?
Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that the consultation won't begin in November 2009. It won't begin in February 2010. It will begin shortly when the public discussion document is released.
Metiria Turei.
Which figure does the Prime Minister think is the most correct? His government's assertion that there is $140 billion of mineral wealth in New Zealand, NZIER's $85 billion, the World Bank's $14 billion, or Statistics New Zealand's $6.5 billion of mineral wealth in New Zealand?
Well, Mr. Speaker, there's clearly a range of estimates about what that wealth should be. The government's made clear its intention to go and have a look to see if we can get a better idea.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Sir, my question was very specific. Which of those figures does he think is the most correct? He failed to even attempt to address that question.
No, the member has given an indication of a spread of possibilities and he has answered the question. Do you have another question? Metiria Turei.
So has the government been misleading the public then on the value of mineral wealth in Schedule 4 lands, given he cannot even affirm a particular figure?
Order. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the member. I'd ask the member to repeat the question. Please keep the level down so that we can hear the question. Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So has his government been misleading the public about the value of mineral wealth in Schedule 4 lands, given he cannot affirm a single figure?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the answer to that, of course, is no. There's a range of estimates and the government is going to issue this discussion document where the opportunities for looking at Schedule 4 will be publicly discussed. I understand the member herself visited Oceana Gold a while ago, and I think she'd agree that there was considerable wealth has come from that particular mine.
Did she pick up Coho?
I call Metiria Turei. I've already called Metiria Turei. My apologies. Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Isn't it competent of the government to even consider moving Great Barrier Island out of Schedule 4 for mining when the Auckland District Plan prevents absolutely any mining on Hauraki Gulf Islands, including Great Barrier?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the government's not of course, at the moment prejudging a public consultation process by getting into those kind of detailed discussions. The document will be released shortly and the member will have every opportunity to comment on it.
Mr Speaker.
I call Rahuri Katani.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, what consultation has been undertaken already with iwi about Crown land, including some land administered by the Department of Conservation, which has been returned to iwi, which might be under consideration for the changes to Schedule 4?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, there's extensive consultation with iwi about all manner of Crown land, and in more recent times significant discussion with them about the use of conservation land. I can't answer the question directly on an overlap between land returned to iwi and land that may be Schedule 4, but again the consultation document will provide all the information that any iwi will need if they want to raise issues.
Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Isn't it correct that his government's Schedule 4 mining policy is in complete disarray because they don't know their dollars, they don't know their dates, they don't know their law, and the public hate it?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, no, the answer is no. In the context of the government's overall economic program, which is designed to lift incomes and create new jobs, the Prime Minister signalled in his speech to Parliament at the beginning of the year that the government would explore speculative opportunities around, for instance, the aquaculture industry, better use of water storage in Canterbury, and expanding the mineral estate. And the government's setting out to do that. There'll be a consultation document and plenty of opportunity to discuss it. But the government is quite firm in its desire to improve New Zealand's economic prospects and use the tools available to us to do that, rather than sit round letting incomes drop as the last government did and hoping everyone who's smart will get on a plane and go to Australia.
Order. We now come to question number 2 in the name of the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.